Hello, hi, welcome to all of you. Today we are going to discuss chapter 2, that is attitude. Before discussing this chapter, please subscribe to my channel. In the past lecture, we have discussed attitude, its content, its structure, its functions, and also attitude's influence and relation with thought and behavior. We have already discussed CAB model of attitude and what is cognitive dissonance phenomena. And we have also discussed various attitude formation theories. So, like I have already told you, attitude is a combination of, according to the CAB model of attitude. As we have discussed CAB model, under CAB model, attitude is a combination of cognition, affective, and behavior. It is a combination of A, B, C. What is affective? It is feeling. What is cognition? It is your thoughts. Accordingly, individual's attitude will be expressed through his behavior. So we had discussed attitude is based on beliefs, values. Attitude is also based on your beliefs. What are your beliefs? What are your religious beliefs? What are your other beliefs? And values. What are your values? We had already discussed in chapter 1. An individual adopts values throughout his life. Since his childhood, since he has taken birth, or she has taken birth, he learns from his parents, from his teachers, from elders, from society, from peers, etc. So, based on his value system, he decides what is right, what is wrong. He has certain convictions, what we call moral convictions of what is right and what is wrong. Accordingly, he will show his behavior towards any certain event or towards any people, towards any circumstance, etc. That's what we call it as attitude. So today we are going to discuss moral and political attitudes, first thing, and second is social influence and persuasion. So, based on this, what I have discussed already, attitude is dependent on your value system, your moral values, and your beliefs. So, whatever with your moral values, whatever you learned from your childhood, based on that, you will have certain attitude towards certain persons, certain events, certain circumstances, etc. and so on. That is what we call it as moral attitude. It is based on your moral values. It is based on your moral values. Attitude is dependent on values and beliefs. Here we are talking about moral values. See a case, it is just an illustrative case study. A man attended an interview for a job. Along the corridor, he picked up a piece and threw it in a dustbin. The interviewer passed by and saw it. This man got the job. So, why he got the job? What is his moral undertone? Live with good habits and you will be recognized. Similarly, take another case. A small boy was an apprentice in a bicycle shop. A man sent the bicycle for repair. After repairing the bicycle, the boy cleaned up the bicycle and it looks like a new one. The other apprentices laughed at him for doing redundant work. The second day after the owner claimed the bicycle back, the boy was pissed and offered a job. See, what is the moral? Go the extra mile to be successful. Doing more gains more and doing less loses more. These are all the moral stories which we learn from our childhood. Maybe from our parents, maybe from our grandparents, maybe from our teachers when we are going to schools or colleges or universities, or maybe from our elders, our gurus, our religion. For example, our Hindu religion teaches us the concept of karmavad. We have already discussed this. What is karmavad? If you do good, you will reap good benefits. If you do bad, if you are doing bad karma, you will suffer. So whatever be your action, you will have certain consequences. So that's what we are writing. Moral values are the highest among all natural values. What are those moral values? We had already discussed under this pigeon H square. If you go back to our previous lectures on chapter 1, there you will find this acronym pigeon H square. Patience, gratitude, integrity, innocence, honesty, humbleness, humility, truthfulness, goodness. These are very, very important. We had already discussed this concept, that is holistic competence. Knowledge plus values. Whatever be the knowledge you are having, however be the intellect you are, you will only be useful to the society only when you are having good moral values. Then only whatever be the knowledge, whatever be the genius, or however brilliant you are, however genius you are, you will be only useful for the society when you are having moral values. If you are moral values, you will have moral attitude. That's what we are saying. Moral attitudes are based on moral convictions of what is right and wrong. How you are arriving at the conclusion that this is right and this is wrong? Based on your learnings, based on your value system that you have instilled in you since your childhood, since he or she has been born. He might learn from his parents. He might learn from his teachers. Like I have already told you, family, society, religion, education, all play an important role in deciding what is right and what is wrong. So accordingly, like I have already told you, you have good knowledge. If you have good moral values, then accordingly person will be motivated towards altruism, volunteerism, social service. He will be useful for the society. That's what we are trying. I have already given you certain angles. That is individual versus society. That is one angle. If you are having good ethical values, good moral values, that individual will contribute to the society. He will always have that societal perspective in his mind. He will not think about individual benefit. He will think about overall societal benefit. However, moral attitudes have certain negatives. Why? Moral attitudes are tied with strong emotions. So, if you have strong emotions about certain things, maybe for example, if you take maybe Hindus may not like to eat beef because it is based on their religious beliefs, religious value system, which an individual develops from his childhood. His parents might told him or her that don't eat beef. But in Muslim community, they eat beef. So if you are connected with strong emotions, then You may not like certain individuals. Either he might be from Hindu community or maybe might be from Muslim community or any other community. If he or she eating beef in a particular restaurant, you may not like them. Similarly, certain if you belong to a certain caste in India, in your caste, maybe eating non-vegetarian food is prohibited. But there might be certain other caste individual who might love non-vegetarian food, and that is not a taboo in his caste. He is eating non-veg food from his or her childhood. Then you may not like him or her. Why? Because he or she is eating non-vegetarian food, which you don't like, which you don't want to have on your table. So then the problem will be that intolerance, hatred. We have seen many instances in India. For example, in Mumbai, many landlords, they rejected houses to certain community people. Before buying or renting an house in India, people will inquire about the caste or religion. Why they are asking about caste or religion? Maybe some people, they may not want to cook non-vegetarian foods in their homes, but tenants, if he or she from another caste or community, maybe he would like to cook non-vegetarian food, which the owner may not like. So, before giving your house on rent, you might ask what is your caste and what is your religion to the tenant, which will not be seen in a good light. Another is this Hindu-Muslim communal issues, like I have already told you. For example, one incident, that is the beef eating. These days, the rise of internet, rise of social media is also shaping an important role, is also having an important role in developing individuals' attitudes. Maybe your attitudes, based on your moral attitudes, here we are discussing, maybe your moral attitudes may be based on your moral values, what you are learning from your childhood. But because of internet, individuals are learning new things these days, which are not good for the society. What are those? Youngsters are exposed to vulgar jokes, MMS, porn every day through Facebook, WhatsApp. So this adolescent curiosity about sex or porn versus moral lessons to respect women, what they have learned in their schools, in their homes, at their homes, in their colleges, they have learned that we have to respect women. But through their mobile, through their internet, since mobile and internet is providing them anonymity, they are exposed to these vulgar websites where women are being treated as an objects. Then it will lead to cognitive dissonance phenomena. You have learned certain things since your childhood, but on the internet you are being exposed to something else. It will lead to cognitive dissonance phenomena. Your behavior may not be in matching with your attitude. So according to studies, such boys have less empathy towards rape victims, aggressive behavioral tendencies, increased interest in coercing partners towards unwanted sex, rape, etc. And so on. You have recently seen a news of bureaucrat's wife has complained against him that he is forcing her to do unwanted sex. Why? Same thing. Role of social media in shaping our attitude these days. Social media is playing an important role in shaping attitudes of individuals. As a result, cyber violence against women. There are a lot of cases, lot of cyber crimes. Every day we see in the newspapers. Women are being cheated over dating apps, over Instagram, over WhatsApp, over Facebook, etc. and so on. These are the 5 components of moral attitude. I have given an acronym that WAR GF. You had a fight with your girlfriend. In UPSC, sometimes in theory part, they will ask what are the components of moral attitude. Then you have to write these 5. What is moral attitude? Based on your moral values, moral attitude will be developed. So what are those moral values? You all know this. Veracity, that is truthfulness. Reverence means respect the other individual. Awareness of the responsibility. You need to you need to know what are your responsibilities at your home, at your workplaces. Goodness, you should be good to all. Faithfulness, trust building among the individuals. All these are very important, very basic, fundamental moral values. If you adopt these moral values, that individual will be considered an asset and he will contribute to the societal well-being. If you don't have such moral attitudes, that individual may not bring good to the society. Next is political attitudes, and you have a close connection with moral attitude and political attitude. Moral attitudes, your political attitude is dependent on moral attitude to a certain extent. Your moral attitude will impact your political attitude. How? We will see. Morality belongs to an individual. The individual acts according to his morals. So, individual versus society, that's what we are talking. So, here an individual is acting according to his morals, and through his actions, what he is doing? He is impacting the society. So, if a certain individual is having good morals, he will be useful to the society. That's what we are talking multiple times. This is one of the angle I had mentioned you in the previous lectures. Go and watch previous lectures. What about politics? Politics belongs to the as morality belongs to an individual, politics belongs to the public. Politics is very important because it shape and define our lives. Through public policies, every individual is affected. So morality then seems to connect the individual to politics. So morality should be in the individuals. At the same time, morality should also reflect in our politics. If an individual is having certain morals, if he is having certain good moral values, if such people go into politics and they become policy makers, then they formulate certain policies which will be beneficial to the society. So what kind of people should go into the politics? The people are having good moral values. But what is happening? That is something different, and on which Plato, the political thinkers like Plato, he has commented that people with good morals should enter politics. If they are taking backstage, then people with bad morals, bad values, they will enter into the politics and they will ruin the system and whole society will be polluted. That is what has been happened in many countries, including India. Good people, good youth having good moral values, they don't want to enter politics. So, bad people with criminal records, criminalization of the politics, politicization of the criminals has been happened in India. People with shadow backgrounds, not good background, criminal background, they are entering the politics and they are defining our lives. So, there is a very close connection between morality and politics. In 1 year, UPSC has asked one question that can morality and politics can go together? Illustrate. Give examples. Yes, morality and politics can go together. The answer is morality and politics can go together. When? For that, what needs to be done? Because at this point of time, they are not going together. Very few people, maybe 1% or 2% only, the percentage remained at 1 or 2%. Most of the people, they are having criminal backgrounds. So what needs to be done? We need to reform the system. We need to reform all the system. We need to have electoral reforms. We need to have administrative reforms. We need to have economic reforms. Everything. At the same time, we need to reform our societies, like Japanese society, where Good work will be rewarded and bad work will be punished. So what are the factors that are affecting the political attitudes? So, like we have already discussed, attitude is based on your values and beliefs. So, what are your political beliefs? How your political beliefs are being formed? What are the factors that is behind this belief to have your political attitude? So, one, we have discussed religion. Second, we have discussed education. So, based on your religion and education, as we have already discussed, they are shaping your moral attitude. So, your moral attitude also will predict your political attitude. So, how religion is shaping a person's moral attitude? Christianity defines marriage as a union between man and woman. So, therefore, a devout Christian will oppose same-sex marriage. So, based on your religion, similarly, based on your education, if you are going to school, accordingly, your morals are being developed. A Chinese may find Indian democracy as repulsive because he has been taught that Mao's communist ideology is best. So, based on your religion, based on your education, your moral values, your value system is being changed. Your value system is being changed. Accordingly, your mind will think accordingly. When your mind is thinking accordingly, your attitude will be accordingly. You have already seen attitude is a combination of your thinking, your feeling. And after that, it will be expressed through your behavior. What you will do? What is your behavior? You will vote for Republican Party in USA. Why you are voting for Republican Party? Because Republicans are opposed to same-sex marriage. That is your attitude. You will oppose same-sex marriage. Why you will oppose? Because your religion has taught you since from your childhood. You have developed that value system. Similarly, your economic status. If you are poor, you will align to a socialist ideology. If you are rich, you will align to a capitalist ideology. Similarly, your gender. Females will be more likely to lean towards liberal ideology. Whoever be the political party's manifesto is offering such ideology, women will vote towards that political party. And about residence. If you are local versus non-local, there have been many protests in Europe on this. And accordingly, social media, these days social media, political parties have their IT cells, IT wings, who will do all those propaganda messages to attract the youth, to attract all sections of the society, to attract the netizens, what we call the people on the internet, on the Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, etc. If you see the 2014 general election or even Delhi assembly election, Modi and Kejriwal, they could able to reach youth and they have made surprise victories only because of social media. Social media have shaped the attitude in the individual, that is the political attitude. Accordingly, youth or people have supported certain political party. How they have expressed their attitude? Through their behavior. They have gone to the polling booth and they have voted for a party, either BJP or either AAP. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you all. Thank you.